Hello, friends? The defenders are taking charge of neutralizing a Z-Horde air defense system, Pantsir S-2, which was operating in the Zaporilla region. It was entering its protected shelter, so it managed to avoid the impact of the first drone. Drones rarely act alone, so defenders sent another that entered the shelter perfectly, ruining the Pantsir crew's day. Another drone confirmed the destruction. Continually destroying these systems keeps the path open for the Pantsir torrent. Hornet heading to Ivan's rear area. In a precise airstrike carried out on June 21, the Ukrainian Air Force destroyed a key bridge on the M18 highway over the Karachokrak River in Vasilivka, or Oblast de Zaporizhzhia, which is an important land communication route used by the invading forces for troop transport, ammunition, fuel, and other materials to positions on the southern front, which is about 20 kilometers away. Ukraine has concentrated efforts here, as repairing a bridge during combat is difficult and time-consuming, especially if defenders keep patrolling the area with attack drones. The Mosquito drone operators from the Rubaka unit, belonging to the 77th Air Assault Brigade, found a Grad 1 rocket launcher system that the Russian invaders had left out in the open. On the Novoselivsky Oblast front in Luhansk, it was completely deputinized with 3 Mosquito drone strikes. Novoselivska. The Grad 1 is a lighter and more compact variant of the Russian BM-21 Grad 1 22mm multiple rocket launcher. It was developed in the early 1970s as an alternative to equip fast-moving units. To make it lighter, it has 36 tubes instead of 40, a lighter chassis, and it can only fire short-range 122mm rockets. Ivan appears to be using all his remaining resources to keep his offensive going. The campaign of medium-range attacks against the invaders' fuel tanker trucks, even inside Crimea, is so intense that the invaders have decided to protect their convoys with anti-aircraft trucks armed with twin 23mm automatic cannons. These are supported by mobile air defense groups armed with machine guns mounted on pickup trucks that patrol different parts of the peninsula's roads. Although, honestly, it seems that the strategy still needs some adjustments according to the driver of this tanker truck, or those in this convoy, which was also completely demilitarized by Hornet-type drones, a condition that was confirmed by a couple of Russians who passed by shortly after the attack and witnessed the state in which the fuel and supplies that Ivan was transporting ended up. But don't worry, the armed trucks are fine and still keeping watch. In any case, maybe with these blessings from the Zeta priests, the fuel will start flowing from the pumps miraculously. On the strategic sanctions front, during the night of June 19th, operators from the 403rd Raid Battalion of the Unmanned Systems Forces attacked the underground gas storage facility, Levitsky, near the village of Dosorn, on the Tarkankut Peninsula, Crimea. This is the only underground gas storage facility on the peninsula, and it suffered critical damage to its surface structures, which resulted in a fire and secondary explosions. This gas storage facility plays a vital role in the area's energy infrastructure, as it regulates seasonal and daily peaks in gas consumption, keeping the pressure stable in the gas transportation network throughout the region. In addition, the facility directly supplies important thermal power plants, including those in Balaklava and Tabriska, which rely on natural gas as their main fuel source. These power plants provide electricity to the Horde's military facilities in Crimea. Other targets attacked during the operation included a Rapaynik coastal surveillance radar, locomotives in Rostov-on-Rostolna, fuel tanker trucks, and a command and observation post of a Russian motorized infantry unit in the Donetsk region. The Ukrainian Air Force has been particularly active these days, and on June 22, carried out a broad daylight attack with 9 cruise missiles, Storm Shadow cruise missiles against the Voronezh Semiconductor Device Plant, or BZPPS, located 500 kilometers from the front, which produces electronic components. Used in Russian air defense weapons like the Pantsir S-1, and cruise missiles, such as the Iskander-K and the KH-101. To make it clearer, this plant was the only one capable of producing high-tech components that could replace foreign microchips, which Mordor can no longer access due to international sanctions. Ukraine's strategy is to directly attack chip factories instead of just shooting down missiles on the front line. This way, they use the systems they already have instead of continuing to wait for more Patriot missiles to arrive. It's a long-term bet, but if they keep attacking the production centers of advanced weapons systems and impose stricter sanctions to prevent the trafficking of Western microchips to Mordor, eventually the number of systems they can produce will decrease. On the technological front, footage has emerged of a unit of the Ukrainian Special Operations Forces in training, using what appears to be an acoustic device. The LRAD 1950 XLRT, manufactured by the defense technology company Genesis, based in California. The system projects a directional sound beam with an opening of about 15 degrees, concentrating the acoustic energy instead of transmitting it omnidirectionally. This allows operators to target a specific area without saturating the entire environment with noise, which would allow, for example, disabling a group of enemies while the operators approach to capture them. The Ukrainian Special Operations Forces have the mission of carrying out unconventional warfare, deep reconnaissance, and direct actions behind enemy lines. The appearance of an acoustic system mounted on a vehicle could be due to the unit exploring options for non-kinetic, non-lethal capabilities. Now we will see something different. To expand the number of drone operators in the unmanned systems forces, the Ukrainians developed a simulator called the Ukrainian Fight Drone Simulator. It has two versions. One is focused on training military crews and the other is open to all types of users, which is available on the Steam gaming platform. It allows users to experience some of the missions and challenges that Mosquito operators must face in a realistic environment. According to the developers, on June 23, an update to the system will be released that will allow players to now work as a team to complete missions, just as they do on the battlefield, to allow them to learn to fly just like a frontline pilot. This simulator was created by instructors, engineers, and drone pilots to speed up the training cycle for new pilots and to let them learn from mistakes in the game that, in real conditions, could cost equipment, time, and even valuable lives. The combat scenarios recreate dispersion tactics, attack route planning, operations under electronic warfare, and team attacks. In this way, operators can literally accumulate thousands of hours of training without risk. This way, they arrive on the battlefield already prepared for any scenario. Among the units using the platform are the 1st Azov Army Corps and the 20th K2 Unmanned Systems Brigade. It follows the trend of Ukrainian units showcasing the vehicles they use to de-Putinize the invaders. In this case, the operators from Unit A and D show us their Vampire bomber drone, to which they have applied a type of camouflage. Well, since it generally operates at night, I don't think it's a big problem. Except for Ivan. Go for it, ladies. If you want to see additional content about the war in Ukraine, I invite you to visit our 2 new channels, where we present war news in a different format. Don't forget to check it out. Remember to visit our Patreon, where for just $1, you'll have access to a large number of uncensored videos and documentaries. Don't forget to leave your like and subscribe to the channel.